What's going on, Slay Baes? It's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get this look and also this kind of effortless tousled hairstyle. You guys have been asking me a ton in the comments to do a hair toot, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them what they want. So I'm super excited because I did partner with IGK to create this hair toot. So hi! In today's video, I will be using the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo, which has been my jam recently. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this very fresh, minimal makeup look paired with this very cute, effortless hairstyle, then make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 times a week, every single week. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the video, but beware because I did my hair before I did my makeup, so I may look a little busted. So I already know what you guys are thinking. I look crazy, and I do. My hair is just kind of like, it's kind of hanging here, it's doing its own thing. I went ahead and parted it straight down the middle because that's how I'm going to style it today. But this is about 4th day hair, and I am going to show you guys how I thoroughly enjoy styling 4th day hair. One of the biggest questions I get from you guys is how I get my hair so healthy. Well, let's go and talk about my hair type a little bit. I have medium to thick hair, and one thing that I was doing a lot when my hair was very damaged and just very dry and very short, I was washing my hair every single day because I thought if I put more product in it, it was going to make it healthier, and in turn I was actually stripping all of the natural oils from my hair. So I like to go about 3 to 4 days without washing my hair. As you can see, it has a little bit of shine up top, and I'm going to show you guys what I like to use to actually combat the shine and really detox my hair. And one of the main products is the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. You guys, this stuff is absolutely amazing. So the main focal areas I like to focus on is the very top of my hair. I will also section it off around here, and then I'll do even like a 3rd layer, and I'll do it a little bit right here, which I'm going to show you guys here in a second. It's been about 30 seconds since I sprayed the dry shampoo in, and it's important that you wait at least 30 seconds just so that way the powders really activate and cleanse the scalp. Now that I've waited a little bit, you can definitely see where the dry shampoo is. It is a lot more apparent on me because I do have very dark espresso brown hair, but that's completely okay. I'm going to take my fingertips and I'm really going to focus on working in the product and getting rid of any of that residue. When you work it in, you won't be able to see it half as much as you do right now. And I'm really just massaging it into my scalp just to really cleanse and detox, and it also gives you a little bit of volume at the root. As you guys can see, I'm looking really crazy, but it's all gonna come together, I promise. So another thing I really like to do to really ensure that the product is really worked in well to my hair is I like to just take a round brush and really just kind of brush it through. Now you guys, the charcoal powder within this product really is just going to help lift the dirt and build up while also absorbing oil and sweat. You can use this after your workout, so definitely check it out. I will have it listed down below. IGK is now available in Ulta beauty stores, which you guys know I'm obsessed with Ulta, so it's like a win-win. I will have everything listed down below for you guys to check out. Now let's go ahead and get to the styling process. So the curling iron I like to use is by T3. This is the T3 Micro Single Pass Curling Iron. It is a 1 1/4 barrel. I do like more of like a clamp curling iron just because I feel like it works better when trying to get like my little tousled waves that I'm going to show you guys in today's video. So what I like to do is I like to actually section it off into 2 parts, and then I will take a single strand of hair, about that much, nothing too crazy, and then I will clamp the hair, and then I will twirl it about once. And I like to keep the ends out. I don't like to curl the ends, so I will hold it here for about 5 seconds. Then I'm going to go ahead and just release it and pull down like so and kind of straighten out the ends. I'm not going to straighten it out too much, but this is pretty much the vibe I'm going for. As you can see, it's very loose and effortless, and that's definitely what I'm going for. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that in the back. And one of the main reasons I like to start with the back pieces is because I can easily just toss them in the back, and then I won't interrupt or disrupt any of the curl patterns that I am going for. So again, I'm going to just drag it, twirl it about once, and hold it here for about 5 seconds. I'll loosen it up a little bit, and then I will just drag it down like so. I also want to note that I am curling all of these curls in the same direction. Now, in order to get more of like a messy, effortless look, you definitely want to alternate directions, but I like to do that at the very end, just so that way I could see where I want the curls to alternate as opposed to just trying to guess in the moment. So I like to do that last. So since we're here looking all sorts of crazy, I kind of want to share with you guys something that happened to me the other day. I sat down to film, and let me just say I love to film at night. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram stories, and you may or may not know, but I sat down to film and maybe like 90% of my makeup was done. And I took a sip of my coffee because I film really late at night, so sometimes I need coffee to keep me going all through the night. So I took a sip of my coffee and I realized my coffee was cold. I don't like cold coffee unless it's iced coffee. So I went over to the kitchen, I opened the door, and the hallway leading to the kitchen, the light was off. I normally keep all the lights off in the living room, in the hallway, everything like that when I'm filming, just so that way I don't waste electricity. I walk out of the hallway and I go and turn the corner with my coffee cup in my hand. You guys, I slipped in a puddle of dog pee. Keep in mind, I did have my coffee cup in my hand, so the coffee went up all over my face, in my nose, in my eyes. It was on the walls, it was on the floor, it was literally everywhere. It was the most traumatizing thing I have ever experienced. Luckily, my coffee was cold and it wasn't hot, but you know what? I was still very much traumatized and I could not film for the rest of the night. It was just... It just wasn't a good situation, and I did end up recording that moment because I sent it to Babito because he wasn't home. He was playing basketball. So I'm going to insert that right now. Ulysses, I wish you were here right now. I bet you're wondering how this happened to me. I don't know whether or not to laugh or cry. I'm walking out of the room with my coffee in my hand, and I slipped on a puddle of pee. And the coffee went up, splashed all in my faces and my eyes are burning, all over the wall, all over the floor, and these two are just here. Like, if you come home and I didn't film, this is why. Yeah. If you guys ever want to know what my life is like behind the scenes, that's pretty much what it looks like. Like, things like that always happen to me. So as I get to these front pieces right here, I am just kind of curling the hair outwards, still in the same direction. I'm just holding it a little bit longer because I feel like the curls in the front of my face, I want them to be a little bit more curled and last a little bit longer than like the bottom half of my hair, if you will. So I am holding it just a little bit longer. I'm going to pull down, and then I'm just gonna kind of straighten out this piece right here. And then if it is a little bit too curly, I will just go over the ends like so. Like, this one is just way too curly for my taste, so I will just curl it inwards. And that is looking pretty decent. So by this point, I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm doing about one wrap with the clamp iron. I'm holding it for about 5 seconds, and then I'm pulling down just so that way the ends aren't so curly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed through this, and then I will touch base with you guys when I get to the very top of my head. So at this point, you will definitely be able to see that that top layer is kind of blending in with all of the other layers, and that's completely okay. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to take up little pieces like this, and it's mixing like the previous layers in with the very top layer, just so that way I get more of like a seamless blend going. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to curl it once, hold it for about 5 seconds, and pull down. And I'm going to do the same exact thing from the back to the front, but I'm gonna hold them just a little bit longer. Do you guys just see the big difference curling those front pieces make? Like, look at this side versus this side. Already it looks polished and I haven't even styled it yet. So now that I'm completely done with the very top of my hair, I'm gonna go in and start breaking up the curls. Now you wanna wait about like a minute before you do this. You wanna wait for the curls to completely cool. So now that they're nice and cool, I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna start breaking up the curls starting from the very bottom. And I just like to kind of work my fingers through these little waves. I don't know if I called them curls before, but if I did, I really meant to say waves because these definitely are not like curls. These are really like effortless, beautiful waves. All in all, this is like my favorite way to wear my hair when I'm going for more of like an effortless style or an effortless look. So yeah, hair's done. If you guys are interested in the IGK products, definitely check them out down below in the description box. Let's go ahead and move on to the very natural, dewy, glowy makeup look. One of the biggest things I recommend that you guys do is to apply sunscreen. I made it a point to add it to my everyday routine. I apply sunscreen everywhere, all over my body, my hands, and my face, especially if I'm gonna be outside, if I'm going in the sun, if I'm going to walk the dogs. I'm wearing sunscreen just because I want to make sure my skin is nice and protected from here on out. As I get older, it's more and more important for me to take care of my skin. So I did mention this in a previous video. This is the SkinCeuticals Light Moisture UV Defense Sunscreen with SPF 50. I still very much love this sunscreen and recommend it. However, I did switch to using this just on my body as opposed to my face and body. Reason being, I got a chemical peel recently and I was talking about this over on my Instagram stories, and after I got my chemical peel, my esthetician actually recommended that I use this on my face as opposed to the one from SkinCeuticals because she wants me to use a sunscreen with zinc and also titanium in it, and this has just that. This is the Ulta MD UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44. It's a very moisturizing sunscreen. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's going to add nice hydration to the skin, and it doesn't break me out. It feels more of like a primer consistency, so I like to put this on before foundation to act as my primer. I do have it on my face right now. As you can see, it added a slight tint, nothing too crazy. I don't look overly orange or anything like that, and my skin still looks very, very hydrated. This is something I like to put on my face, like I said, every single day, and I also like to just toss this on when I'm not really feeling the whole foundation routine, whether it's natural or full coverage. Since I already have that sunscreen on, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation. And the foundation I'm gonna use today is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. You guys know how I feel about this. I love it. I am in the shade Nude, so I'm going to take a little bit of this onto a brush. And when I wanna go for more of like a natural skin finish, I will actually apply this onto a brush, and the brush I'm using is by ABH. This is the ABH A30, and I like to just brush a little bit of this foundation onto the bristles, and then I'll start working it into the skin, and I will start working in very, very small areas of the face to just give me a little bit of coverage at a time. I am definitely going for more of like a natural skin finish, nothing too crazy, but I still want coverage, you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I can't go with like a BB cream or a skin tint because it doesn't give me the coverage that I want. Not to say that I want full-on coverage, but I still want it to cover some of my blemishes, if you get me. So I'm working in very, very small areas here with my brush, and as you can see, it's giving me very, very good coverage, but it doesn't look heavy or cakey or anything like that, and that's what I love most about the Hourglass foundation. Look how stunning this looks on the skin. Like, applied with a brush, I could really concentrate it in the areas that I want to concentrate it in, and I can really buff and blend it out like a dream. Like, it looks so beautiful on the skin, and it doesn't look heavy at all. Now, just because I'm going for like a natural skin finish doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to go in with my Petra Brightening Peach Concealer. I still am going to use this just because I do want to brighten underneath the eyes. And this is a very, very natural under eye color corrector. I really love the way it looks. So I'm going to take a little bit of this directly underneath my eyes to really just combat any darkness I have going on. And I will have this link down below. I always link it for you guys, and I know a lot of you guys who have tried it really love it. If you're ever going for like a natural skin finish, definitely like incorporate using your fingers, because the warmth from your fingertips really helps penetrate the products into the skin, and it gives it more of like a skin-like finish. For concealer, I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This was one of my favorite concealers for so long. The shade I'm using is Light Creme Brulee. I do want something a little bit lighter underneath the eyes, but again, nothing too crazy and nothing too heavy. I'm doing about 4 dots just because I don't want to go too overboard with the concealer, because it can make the rest of the foundation look very strange. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my finger, and I'm just going to kind of melt the product into the skin. And whatever is left of that concealer, I'm just going to drag it onto my eyelids. And then with my brush, I'm just going to go right back in underneath that concealer just to make sure there isn't too big of like a harsh contrast between the concealer and the foundation. For highlighter today, I will be using this by Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Crystal High. Now, the formula of this highlighter is so unique. I did a full-on video on this collection. If you guys want to check it out, I will have it listed up in the cards, but the formula is so unique. It definitely is more of like a cream formula, as you can see. It is so stunning and beautiful. So I'm going to pop this on my cheekbones to give me a little bit of a glow, and I'm just going to use my fingers to apply it. This just melts right into the skin. It is so stunning and beautiful. So as you can most definitely see, the highlighter is definitely melting into the skin. It's like radiating. It is so stunning and beautiful. Granted, it's not like a stark, harsh line, but that's not the vibe we're going for. We're going for like an overall glow, and on the cheeks, this literally looks like it's melting into the skin. It's not a highlighter that's going to sit on top of the skin, which is something I really like about the Wet n Wild highlighter. I couldn't use it to its full potential when I first reviewed it in the video, so I definitely wanted to try it again and show you guys just how it's meant to be used. It is so beautiful. Let's go ahead and move on to the cheeks. I will be using this by Glossier. This is the Cloud Paint, which is a seamless cheek color. I've been using this behind the scenes a lot, and a lot of you guys actually requested that I use it in the video. I did actually use this or dupe this to the Flower Beauty Blush Balm. I have them right here in front of me, so if you guys have been wanting to try this one by Glossier, definitely check out these by Flower Beauty. I just wanted to show you guys how the Glossier one works in today's video. So what I like to do is I like to put some on the back of my hand, warm it up with my finger, and then I will essentially just press it into the skin. I don't want anything too intense, so that's why I like to just start working it up on the back of my hand, and then I will essentially just press it in the areas that I want it. And this right here is just going to add a very beautiful natural flush of color to the cheeks. Now, if you want, you can always use a brush to apply this as well. I'm just using this one right here. This is by Luxie. And as you can see, it's just adding very nice pigment to the cheeks. And the more and more product I apply at this point, you can definitely see some of my sunspots peeking through, but honestly, I don't mind it, especially for a really natural look like this. If you couldn't tell the theme for today's video, I definitely am going in with a lot of cream products. So for bronzer, I'm going to use this by Makeup Revolution. This is the Fast Base Concealer. It is in the shade C13 though, and I am using a darker shade of this because I'm going to use it as a bronzer. So I'm just going to take a few dots of this. Nothing too crazy. You don't want to go overboard with this. I'm going to take that same ABH brush, an A30, and I'm just going to lightly buff it in, just to give me a little bit of definition. Now for me, what's great about cream products is that you can apply a little bit and then you can go back in and build it up. I like to start off with just a little bit, and again, I will go back in and start to really intensify it like I'm doing right now. I'm also going to just take a little bit of this onto my forehead. Again, I'm not doing anything too crazy. You know what I think so funny about like natural makeup is that guys say they like natural makeup, but they don't understand how much work goes into natural makeup. Like, this is a lot of steps. This is a lot of work. Like, it's just as much work as creating like a full beat. So for the most part, our base is pretty much done. I do set underneath my eyes just a little bit, but I like to do that at the very, very end. So let's go ahead and put on just a little bit of eyeshadow. Today, I'm gonna use this by e.l.f. This is the new Classics eyeshadow palette. I did a review on this a while back, and I will say I really, really love it. This retails for $14, and you get so many gorgeous shades in here. I love that there's a mixture between like neutral shades and also warm shades, also shimmers and mattes. It is such a universal palette. If you guys haven't checked this out, I definitely recommend. I am going to take a shimmery shade onto the lid. I'm going to pick up the shade called Cosmo with my finger, and I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. And as always, if you want to be a little bit more precise, you can always go in with a brush and a little bit of Fix Plus, which is what I'm doing in this case. And I'm just going to kind of pat right here in the very inner part, just to get a little bit more precision. And then for a little something something in the crease, I'm gonna pick up this shade right here called Truffle. So as you guys saw, a lot of the products I used in today's video are creams, but that's not to say I don't go in with powders. I do like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder on my chin and down my T-zone, because those areas, they're gonna get naturally shiny throughout the day. So I really want to combat the oils right away, because again, they do naturally get shiny throughout the day. So I don't wanna be like an oil slick either. I'm just taking this alongside my nose and again down the center of my forehead and nose. Now that my under eyes are set, I'm just going to take a little bit of Truffle underneath the eye. And normally I won't go in with shadow on my natural skin days, but today I figured since for the tutorial, I would just show you guys a really quick and easy look. I'm now going to take a little bit of this shade right here called Blanc and put it in my very inner corner for an added pop. I'm going to go in with some Fix Plus and really just melt those powders down. And while I wait for that to completely dry down, I'm going to go in with a little bit of brow gel. This one is by Glossier. This is their Boy Brow Gel. Again, this is a spot-on dupe for the one from ColourPop. I'm not using the one from ColourPop just because I bought this one from Glossier, so best believe I'm going to use it. And I've been using the one from ColourPop in a lot of my videos recently. So since I'm not going to be applying falsies today, I want my lashes to look as good as possible. So I am going to start off with a lash primer. Now I know lash primers are kind of like a hit or miss for some people, but if I know I'm not going to be wearing falsies, I do like to go in with a lash primer. I like to think of a lash primer as a push-up bra for your lashes. It's really going to lift and hold your lashes up all day long. This one is by Lancome. I'm just using it because it's something I have in my collection and I want to use up. So just gonna coat this through my lashes. And then I'm going to go in with a Lancome Monsieur Big mascara directly over top. And this is just a regular version. It's not waterproof or anything. And of course, for my lower lash mascara, I'm going to use the Lash Discovery Mascara by Maybelline. It is such an amazing bottom lash mascara. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to lip color. I recently got a package from Thrive Cosmetics and I have a lip liner and a gloss, so that's exactly what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use this lip liner right here in the shade Jessie to align my lips completely. And I'm going to overline them just like a little bit, but nothing too intense, nothing too crazy. So I'm actually feeling like that lip liner is a little bit too light, so I'm going to switch over to this one by Jouer in the shade Fawn. I'm going to feather the color in just a little bit. And then I'm going to top it with a gloss. This one is by Thrive Cosmetics, and it is in the shade Ashley. Ooh, right up my alley. That me. This gloss, it's me. Alright, Slay Bays, this right here is the final and completed look. What do you guys think of it? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm just vibing with this entire video at this point. Like, I've been really enjoying doing the bare minimum when it comes to getting ready, to doing my hair, to doing my makeup. Like, I want a very fresh, natural face so that way people can be like, girl, did you just roll out of bed? I mean, with this look, I guess we can kind of get away with it, no? Yes? Maybe not. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big old like for me, subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to check out the First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo by IGK. It is now available in Ulta Beauty stores as well as some of their other products. They are vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and I definitely recommend some of their products because they are fire. Again, down below in the description or check it out at Ulta Beauty stores. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.